All right. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Today is Comics News Today, and of course, we're going to be covering all those kind of interesting news that we have come across. Denali, our great news gatherer, has gone and found. But today, we're actually going to be starting off a little bit different. We're going to be talking about a comic on Indiegogo, and we'll get to that right in a moment, of course. Just keep in mind that we have all our links down below to our FanSpeak on Facebook. So if you're not a member of that, please go over and join that. And we also have links to me. If you want to be on the show here, like our guest is, and some other guests we have coming on, please let us know. We'd love to have you. This is FanSpeak, and we do want everybody involved. Also, we have links. Yeah, the links to me will also help you if you want to be on the fan edition of Drawn and Quartered, which is going strong and doing awesome. It's a wonderful art challenge show that we have here, and of course, we're connected with the Pro Edition over on Mike Miller's channel of Blacklist Universe. And this week we're going back to normal. Last week we actually had Tales from Beyond the Gate show, which was a lot of fun. And all of those are pieces that we had in that. If you went and watched that show, just an amazing amount of
Hmm,
art came out last week. It was
absolutely.
incredible.
It
Um,
was all of the pieces were excellent,
they were, uh,
especially mine.
especially yours. Yes, no, yours is deleted. Um,
I
for
would I
sure.
would
No, it was
like to
pornography.
stress, Chester. I would like to stress it was not a penis that I drew.
It
Those are
was.
abs.
You lie,
That
sir.
was
It
not
was. I saw
intended
it.
to be. I would not sabotage the show. I swear.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. It was horribly obvious, but nevertheless, if with the Tales from Beyond the Gate project that is ongoing, we get to our goal and open up that sketchbook, which we're all very excited, and hopefully we will. We're going to put all those pieces of art in there. Plus, we want art from everybody else, and these links down below to me are a good way for you to do that. If you're a member of this community, we want you to get involved in this project because Tales from Beyond the Gate is the first joint project here in the indie revival community, and we want you on board. So all you have to do is just go create a piece of art. I don't care if you're an artist. I don't care if it's stick art. I mean, obviously, it's going to be better than what Booster can do anyway, right? Right.
Nah, nah.
So just put a piece of art together, and we'll get your name, and we're going to put it into the sketchbook and have a section that's called Gatekeeper's Friends, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And even Booster will be in it, but not that piece from last week. For
Oh, come
sure.
on.
No way.
Oh,
That was absolutely
come on,
penis, and you
Chester.
know it.
Just for a laugh.
No. All right.
Just for a laugh, mate.
Anyway, as you guys have seen, we got Booster here, who's from the oily land of Kiwi birds. So always nice to have you, dude.
Hmm. Of
And
course,
hello,
always.
Valen. Yes, a sketchbook, a Raven sketchbook. Well, if you do a picture of Raven, I guess we'll have a Raven sketchbook, won't we? And of course, Valen has many other opinions here, and that'll be awesome. But let's say hello to some of our other panelists today. We have the chairman himself, Mr. DeWolf. How you doing, man?
Good day, good day. I'm doing well, doing all right. I'm
That's
tired,
good. You're tired.
to
I
be
know
honest.
you're tired. It's late and you're tired. But nice to have you here with us, man. And of course, the
Hey,
Dalai Lama. How you doing, man?
I
And
am doing well.
That
Just
wasn't
tired.
convincing. Everyone's bloody tired today.
okay.
Don't talk, Booster.
Yeah, I'm not
You
tired.
can't
I
tell
just
me what
woke
to
up.
do,
President's
Denali.
Day.
You're not my dad.
Oh goodness, here we go.
It's President's
I know the
Day,
bias bear is.
Yeah.
and it
No,
just wears us out.
yeah, that's true. You're true. And I do have another. We have another person come here and join us. This is Benadi. I can't read the rest of it. Please introduce yourself.
Benedict yells.
I think so. Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me,
You talking to
Benedict?
me?
No,
Oh,
this is Benedict. Benedict has decided not to speak to us today. He's angry at Booster for his horrible piece of art from last week's fan edition.
Oh,
I
this is
know, dude.
Benedict Yates.
I know, right?
Is it?
Well,
Is it?
it is Benedict
Is it
Yates, yeah.
Benedict Yates? Oh, hey,
Just
bro. How you doing?
can you speak yet, Benedict? No? Mic issues. Just let us know when you
He's
Yep.
can,
scared
dude.
of us.
That's okay. And of course, let's jump over here and let's say hello to our other guest today. And Benedict says, "Hang on." All right, dude, we're hanging on. We have another guest today here with us. His name is Scott. How you doing, Scott?
Pretty good. How's everybody?
Oh, well, I think we're all doing well, although they seem to be tired. I'm not. I'm fully energized, and here I am. So
Yeah.
you have my full
But you
attention.
just woke up. You woke up.
I did. I woke up. I had some breakfast. I got some kisses from the wife, and yeah, I'm good,
Oh.
man.
Right. Compared to us where it's like nighttime and it's after a hard day of work.
It's true. It is
Oh,
true. But
okay.
just keep in mind that Booster is the one who's complaining the loudest, and is on the same schedule as me. What does that say? How
Right,
much
'cause he's a
alcohol do you have
slacker.
last night, Booster? Huh?
I have not denied any of this.
It's true. Okay,
I am a
fine.
slacker.
That means you went
I
on
am
a
very
bender.
lazy.
I get it. That's all right.
The booster abides.
The
Yes.
booster abides. But anyway, Scott, we have you over here today. This, of course, is Comics News Today, but we're always happy to have guests and talk about stuff. So we're going to start off with you, Scott. And you are a creator, and you have a project on Indiegogo. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that up and show that to everybody. It's a pretty good looking one, I think. Let me come over here.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to share it with the panel so everybody can see what's going on. And like I said, Benedict, just let us know when you get your mic working, dude.
I'm alive.
You are alive, sweet.
He's alive.
All right, here we go. So now I'm showing everybody the your Indiegogo page here, which of course we came over from Indicron. You're on Indicron, and that's awesome. So tell me, Scott, tell us what's going on here. I see the name is Chaotic Flux Issue 1: Aliens versus Monster Pot 1, a ragtag super team, a dying Earth, a plague of mutant abominations, and a genocidal dark entity. Ooh, Scott Payne, Galveston, Texas, United States. Well,
Lots of machines. I like it.
there you go. And we know how artists love to do machines. So tell us about this
Oh, yeah.
project. How did it come along? And just give us a spiel, man.
Okay. Well, it kind of came to me many years ago. The basic idea of wanting to do a kind of team comic. Because I have a lot of influence from growing up in the '90s comic books, particularly X-Men and Avengers and stuff like that. Battle Chasers, and I really like the idea of coming up with my own idea, but trying to do something that kind of encompasses a lot of the things that I love into one comic. So there's a lot of genre smashing going on. There's fantasy, there's sci-fi, there's horror.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of deep, dark drama. And at first it was kind of like, whoa, I can kind of do an interesting team going this direction, that direction, but I didn't think it was enough. And basically it took me a long time to get everything that I wanted into it and to fit right, and to really try to push it as far as I could in terms of the originality and but just try to do something, raise the bar, if you will, push boundaries. And I really am trying to do that all around with this comic, both the story, the characters, the events that take place, and the places they go to, and the relationships, and see how deep it can go. I have a lot of plans for this series, so it's definitely an ongoing series too. I'm not sure exactly how many issues it's going to be, but it's going to be pretty long if I can get it to go pretty well. But yeah, so it's about this super team that is made up of a exosuit pilot. There's also a hybrid alien you see there. That's Zathara doing her flip with her blade arms out. She can actually form these different types of weaponry out of these crystallized structures that she generates.
Oh, neat.
And there's a giant mecha named Strife that can transform into all kinds of things. He can also reconstruct himself, so he kind of can adapt on the fly. And let's see, there is also an 8-foot tall swordsman with a giant sword, a double-bladed sword that transforms. Not going to be in issue 1. He comes a little later. So that's one thing I'm trying to do too, is not give the readers too much all at once. The first issue does focus on Zathara, her origin, and builds her up. And then as issues go on, you will have more focus on this character and that character. And then they all come together. I think it's going to be issue 9 where they finally unite as a team and take on a huge group of enemies. The creatures in it are called Dread Fiends. Oh, I forgot to mention too that there's also 2 sorcerers in it. They can summon magic from another plane of reality to use in our reality. One is a plant-based sorcerer. The other one's a fire-based. and they're actually father and daughter, and they'll come later. But the dark entity is named Malakar. Malakar is this. He's made up of all the hatred of mankind generated throughout the centuries.
Oh yeah.
He exists on another plane of reality, and the hatred of man created him and embodies or sustains him.
So
he hates his own existence, and he wants to wipe out the human race because he thinks that's the only way to end his existence. His existence is torment to him.
I imagine. I imagine the invention of Twitter really kind of added to his pain. That's probably what sparked his destructive tendencies.
He was born from the depths of social media. That's how his existence came to be.
I mean, he's existed for a while, but I mean, just at that point, that was kind of when he snapped. That's why he's attacking now, and he bore with it. He bore with it for however many thousands of years. But
are these two right here brother and sister?
No. They're both hybrid aliens. They're half human, half
They're smooching. I hope they're not brother and sister.
That's the reason I asked, because this smooch kind of looks like brother.
There are adult themes, but I didn't want to go that far.
Well, it doesn't. They look like brother and sister.
Chester lives in Japan,
like
so I guess
all her kind has the red hair and the blue skin, so that's just why they look similar.
I see. No, I meant the actual kiss. It looks more platonic.
Oh, Oni-chan.
Looking for hidden messages.
Well, hey, you never know. The Wonder Twins just came out in the comics. The influence could be there, right? That was a joke. Maybe it wasn't a very good one. I have to leave joking to Booster, I guess. Oh well. But
under the influence.
Here's what I would like, if you can help me out, Scott, real quick. Give me the 1 minute elevator pitch. I mean, literally 1 minute. Are you ready?
I'm going to time you.
You pretty much gave it earlier. Ragtag team. Okay, so Exosuit Pilot unites a ragtag team of fighters or warriors, I should say, to overcome a plague of mutant abominations that are threatening the existence of mankind, to bring it to extinction, as well as a genocidal dark entity. And that's pretty much it. That's been my elevator pitch for a while. It's kind of hard to summarize all this comic in a few words, but
if I could give you any advice for forming an elevator pitch, I'm not sure how good this advice is, but if what you're planning is like this really, really big universe with all of its intertwining like politics and details and everything. Right. Try to make your elevator pitch be for your first story. Like make that first story something that people can understand, that's really identifiable, and then basically introduce them to all of the higher concepts and all of the like the more minute details that people wouldn't understand in an elevator pitch through the story itself. But try to like wrap up your first story into your smaller stories into things that people can understand. And leave the broader stuff out.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I had done that. I just, for some reason, I gravitate towards the one I just did. I guess because I just want everyone to know there's so much to it. But you're right. I have been pushing that some, but not as much. But I should start pushing the other way.
I don't know. Because for me, hearing the first pitch, it was just building upon building upon building upon a new element and a new element and a new element and a new element. And as much as I was starting to think to myself, you're just going on and on at this point, I also thought, wait, but there's more. That he just said something else different.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know much about it. That's just something that made sense to me anyway.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is one of the first Indiegogos where I reckon the art speaks for itself. Because dude, it kicks ass.
It does. You got mecha.
It does.
With
by the way,
demons,
that is really good.
And a chick with crystal blades.
Yeah.
And then some sort of mutant kids with blue skin. I mean, I'm trying to wrap my head around all these different elements, and it is absolutely cool.
Yeah,
if
the
I may
art's
offer
cool.
some criticism,
Love that
just so you
title
can just
too.
keep scrolling down a little. Let's scroll down a little bit. A little bit more.
So she's the main character
Right there.
throughout
Well,
going, or are you focusing on
she's-
different character?
Yeah,
on
the
each
first two
issue?
issues will focus on her, and then issue 3 and 4 will focus on Soren, the guy that you see in their jacket. So it's going to
Mhm.
focus on him and Strife, the mecha. And then let's see, issues 5 and 6 will focus on Gyarados, he's the big swordsman I was talking about. And then the next two will focus on Pagan and Nalaria. They're the sorcerers. And then issue 9 kicks off when they unite and face off against a giant horde of the Dread Fiends.
If I may offer a bit of criticism here on this particular page, I think you got a few too many speech bubbles here, and it's reminding me of Bendis. And I get angry when I think of Bendis.
Well, it depends. It's out of context. If this is just a heavy, if this is just a heavy information page, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a lot of it's not so much like that. I really try to keep that to a minimum. But then again, like I said, there's a lot of going on in the comic and trying to figure out how to balance things.
I understand, dude.
So there's like at the beginning, there's a part in the middle of the issue where there's a decent amount of information, but the rest of it is, pretty minimum as far as dialogue bubbles.
Yes.
So Ryan, I trust you. Don't hurt my feelings. Don't break my trust.
Booster, this is the Braveheart moment. He's walking out in front of the troops.
Right.
If you read the bubbles, it's a speech. Sometimes you have to have that. There's no other way to portray it.
That's true.
Yeah, because they're about to jump into battle, so it's kind of a.
I think you could have it over a few more panels. I reckon. If there's too many speech bubbles in a panel, I get angry.
So, Scott, is this your first project? Your first project that you got?
Yeah, this is my first comic book I put together.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay,
hey, we got Sporkman with us, by the way, everybody. Hello, Sporkman.
Hello there.
Yeah, because this is actually like, I mean, looking at this is actually crazy good. At least the artwork is and everything.
Yeah, it looks good.
I wouldn't know enough about writing or anything to give you any real critique on that. But as far as the artwork goes, I mean, as far as artwork goes, though, I actually understand what's going on. It's good. It's actually fun to look at, and there's like enough detail in it. That's actually really, really good. So
yeah, it's so cool. Is this the first show you've been on to promote this?
No, I've been on a couple, but
because you are criminally underfunded, dude. I want to see this happen.
And actually, the reason I asked you,
I've been promoting like crazy too.
The reason I asked you for elevator pitch was really very simple. You should go on to Edwin. You should go on to John Malin. You should go on to some of these places, and they will certainly help promote your book. But they're going to lay into you, dude.
Yeah.
Right. So polish up that elevator speech. I think the one you had was fine. You just need to make it smooth. You need to sell it. I'm telling you, they will
practice
lay
it a
into
bit.
you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But I like it. I think I like the art, dude.
It's so damn cool. Oh my god, I just want to keep looking at it.
Well, and you can tell at this point there's a story too. I like the concept of the story that's coming.
I'm surprised I haven't heard of it yet. Actually, it's a bit is a little bit surprising. What have you done to build up your community, presence, and what have you done to prepare to sell the book? I'm just curious.
Well, I made a trailer and I did a video recently that I posted where I talk about the comic. I've done a lot of stuff on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and I've gotten a lot of attention as far as people saying they like it and it looks interesting and good and all this, but I haven't hit enough people that I don't know. I don't know if it's they don't trust investing in it. I mean, buying it or whatever. But I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out myself. I get a lot of likes and notices and whatnot, but I don't know.
I think part of it is
still trying different things and seeing what sticks.
I think part of it is, of course, if we're looking at the page, I think the page looks good, but you need to be more dynamic and more charismatic in the way you speak, dude. You're
Mm.
trying to sell a product, and you should be, selling the product.
Yeah,
Now, keep in
I
mind,
gotta
this is
definitely
a
work on
small
talking to
channel.
people and things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but see, here's the thing. This is a small channel. This is kind of the perfect
yeah,
place to come over and practice, right? Amongst us, right? But
right.
you need to work on that, and you need to get on bigger channels. You need to be going crazy every day. You need to be on a site somewhere.
Mhm.
That's the way it is. It's hard work doing one of these Indiegogos.
Yeah,
It's not just
yeah,
throw it up and it makes money. It doesn't work like that.
And if you
right.
happen to have
I
any
understand.
friends, if you happen to have anybody who's like working with you or who who is just really good at stuff like that and really good at giving pitches, you might
Mhm.
even like include them on the project.
Hey,
Right.
Beowulf, can you do
Good
me a
idea.
favor and drop this link to this Indiegogo in the chat, please? And Scott, why don't you give us your Twitter, please, so people can contact you directly?
Okay, that's actually at Flux Chaotic.
At.
So just reversed, yeah, Flux Chaotic.
All right. All right. I just kind of threw that into myself. For this is his Twitter over here, guys. If you want to get in touch with him, I know Sporkman is asking. Sporkman had a project because Sporkman was going to Tokyo, and he did an
Nice.
Indiegogo as well. But thank you very much, Beowulf. All right, guys, you got some other questions here for Scott? Maybe you're a writer, and this is your first comic book go. But how did you get into writing?
Um, I've always wanted, well, not always, I should say, for a long time, ever since I was a kid, I thought it was pretty neat to create my own comic books. And I sat on this concept for a long time, building, like I said before, trying to get it right, and also trying to get the courage to just go for it and get it out there into the world.
Sure.
Um, and and then one thing it was too that before I even did this, I said to myself, well, can I even write a comic book script? Can I and have the dedication and just make it happen? So I sat down and started writing, and well, before that, of course, I did a lot of research on like how to write comic book scripts and how to write dialogue and scenes and how to get the pacing right, so it doesn't just feel like you're sitting there for a long time and nothing's happening kind of thing. So, and I also have, of course, a lot of influence from watching lots of movies and playing video games and reading other comic books and all these things over the years that have helped kind of give me ideas on how to write a story and how to keep the story going, how to do character relationships and build up and that kind of thing. So
Cool.
it's just like I said, just sitting down and proving to myself I can do this, and
Of course you
then
can do it.
going out and finding the artists and
Yeah.
I meant like proving that I can take the time to do it and not get distracted and
just keep in mind with these crowdfunders like Indiegogo and Kickstarter, if you take away the element of the famous person who comes on,
Mhm.
and does a project they're bringing their own community with them, right?
Yeah,
Or you
yeah. I
take
knew
away
even Stan
this
Skyver was
community.
really popular
Yeah, hold on, let me
beforehand,
finish what
and
I'm saying, dude. All
I'm
right.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta get better at that.
Right, I'm sorry.
So if not alone the famous people that come in and are bringing their community, you also have this
Uh,
community which has which you can come and be part of and sell yourself in, which you should do. But
right.
other than that, when you look at crowdfunders that are aside from those things, they don't make much money at all, dude. It's very low
Mhm,
end. Most all of them fail. This is actually
mhm,
not the place to do comics because the people who are using Indigo and Kickstarter aren't there to look for comics. It's when you bring a community with you and you use it as a tool. And this
right.
community has done that very successfully. So, you just keep that in mind. If you just kind of come in and throw it in as, oh, the look, comic books are selling well, it's not going to sell well. That's because this, in general, Indiegogo is not actually the best place to be selling a comic book. So
Mm,
you have to use the community. And what I'm trying to tell you is you need to get on these sites. You need to go talking to people. And if this doesn't fund, you never know. You get 16 days left. You might well fund it, right?
right.
But if it doesn't get fund, go back, polish it up, polish yourself up, and just become more and more part of the community, dude. And then bring it back
Mhm,
again. You know what I mean? It's
With a
because
vengeance.
this is a community selling thing. What do you say, Booster?
With a bring it back with a damn vengeance. Yeah. Coming all in,
Yeah.
baby.
Well, he still has 16 days. He can still fund this thing. I mean, it just
I
really
hope,
you
I
gotta
hope so.
hustle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think it looks really good though. DeWolf, anything to add to that, dude? Nope. Denali?
Nope. Dawson's not even here.
Well, he said he was tired. Denali, got something to add to that,
No.
dude?
No, you said everything that I would have just said as well. So
I was
good.
channeling the Denali Llama.
Yep.
Literally, my one complaint is the speech bubble thing, but that's because I'm a ignorant hick who doesn't like reading. I just like pretty pictures, and you got pretty pictures. There, it is looking awesome. This is. Oh, I've seen worse looking books get funded more.
Yeah, I'm reading through the dialogue. I think it's fine, Booster.
Mm-hmm.
It looks fine, dude. I like the art too. It's a good looking project, dude. I'm really surprised I haven't heard of it, and that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
I should have heard of it, right?
Mm.
I mean, you've been going
we have
14 days.
Well,
Man.
Have you tried Indicron?
I'm on Necron.
He's on
yeah.
Indicron. I came over here from.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get on Indicron? Just curious.
I think it took me a day for them to approve it and put it on there.
Oh, sweet. I mean, did you start your project there, or did you come in after a week or two of the project going?
I came in quite a bit. I didn't actually learn about Indicron maybe a week ago. So.
Oh, that's why. That's why I haven't heard about
it.
Yeah. Sporkman Studios, Chester, as you know, we failed our first IGG. Yeah, no, I know, dude. And you had a nice looking project too. We're trying to do our best here on Fanspeak to give as much information to creators as we can. We've had shows on distribution, on marketing. We do all kind of shows to try to help educate the creator and help the best we can. And Sporkman's got a great, awesome little project, and he did fail the first time out. But I know he's going to come back and absolutely kill it because the Sportsman actually has a lot of support in this community now, and he's awesome. So it looks like he's got some good art and colors. Yeah, I like the look of his Sporkman. I agree, dude. I agree. All right, man. You have anything else you want to say or any comments you want to make? Go right for it, Scott.
Well, I want to say that since I've been a part of this community, I've got a lot of help as far as like promotion and people getting the word out, and I think it's really awesome. I feel I guess grateful that everyone has been so helpful. I want to thank everybody. I'm glad I've joined this community because if you make yourself make people aware of you and show you that you're willing to be a part of it, and you'll get the attention and support, and that's awesome. Also, I want to say that if you like what you see with this comic book, which we worked very hard on, and we really am trying to find an audience for it, and I think it deserves an audience. If you would please go and help support it. Really appreciate it.
I like this T-shirt you got too.
Yeah, thanks.
That's cool. A lot of projects have T-shirts.
Oh, I want to add one more thing too. When you were talking about the getting the support behind it or getting the attention, my wife was mentioning the other day that because I've people told me that before here recently that you need to build up that attention first. Like a lot of people will talk about creating a mailing list months in advance, so you can email people about the comic and build the interest before you launch. But like she was saying, and I agree with her too, that we spent so much time putting the comic book together and developing it, and then I launched. It seems kind of, I don't know, I probably could have waited a couple months, built up the audience, and then launched. That's probably how I should have done it, but it's also kind of strange, like trying to find the time to build up, and I don't know. I guess it's just I wanted to go ahead and get it out there because I know I had a lot of people that were interested, and I thought that it could just kind of take off. But
yeah, well, hey, dude, I
learning every day. So.
I know how you feel, dude.
Learning every day, yeah.
But just keep pushing on it. Like I said, you still have time to fund this project. But
even
if you
definitely.
don't, you've gained exposure. Bring it back. Don't give up on it. Draken, there's a few comments here from the chat I want to give you. Okay, Draken says, If you look it up, there's a rule that you shouldn't have more than 210 words per page, and for panel, divide 210 by the number of panels. All right, that's interesting. I've never heard that before. But that's useful. There's also a lot of other rules about having to have a long shot and an action shot, etc., etc. Sporkman Studios, it looks like he got some good art colors. You already said that, sorry. Draken says, if you're over that, you should try as hard as you can to get those to those numbers. Interesting. Eric Boyd says, good luck with the Chaotic Flux campaign. That goes for a lot of creators launching their works. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of people trying to get stuff out there. And to be fair, Scott, this looks a lot better than a lot of stuff we've already looked at. So you're way ahead as far as I'm concerned. Jonah
Even
Art
some of the
says,
successful ones.
yeah, this is good looking, dude. Jonah Art says, do you have a poster?
There's a couple art prints you can get in the campaign.
Awesome.
But yeah.
All right, and Draken says he get that rule from Alan Moore. All right, well, Alan Moore is a communist, so never trust communists. But that was a joke again.
Is Alan Moore a communist?
He's a Marxist for sure. But anyway, let me try the timing again.
He
Well,
could
yeah,
be
but
Karl
Alan
Marx
Moore's a
for all we know.
communist, so hey, we can't trust that. Is that better?
Yeah.
No, it's worse.
Damn it.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
fine.
worse.
But
Let the professional be funny.
I'm sorry.
He does bloody look like Karl Marx when you think about it. Could be him
Wow,
resurrected for all we
he's-
know. That's a terrifying
We
idea.
don't need to go on that tangent. I was trying to make a joke. Next. All right. Well, thank you very much, Scott, and good luck to you, dude. I think it is a good-looking project. I like it. It's pretty. Yeah, I like the monsters. This guy's good at drawing monsters. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of his favorite. That and the robots. That's his favorite things to draw.
Yeah, I like the robots.
But you can
man.
tell he puts a lot of
Well,
heart into it. A lot of
Good. I happen to like both robots and monsters.
We do.
Yeah.
I love this right here. Where he's got the guy in the hand. That is so cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That is
yeah.
so
He transformed from ship mode,
Oh.
and there was passengers when he was in ship mode.
Dude, I want to see
That's
this
them dropping
funded
them
so bad.
It is pretty.
Oh,
Well, go back at Booster
I will when I have money.
when you have money. There's the okay. All right, fine. Let me see. Is it made any well over here? And if you guys like it, go over and check it out and support Scott here. He's definitely got a vision here, and he's got an idea. It looks a lot better than a lot of projects we looked at, and it's pretty. So, thank you. Now, what we're going to do, Scott, is we're going to move on to the next part of our show, and we're going to start covering our news. Now, you are more than welcome to stay with us and have a laugh at some of the silly things that goes on in the media. Or you can bow out if you'd like. It's up to you. We'd love to have you stay though. But we're going to go ahead and do that. Everybody, just keep in mind this is Scott Payne with Chaotic Flux Issue 1, Alien vs. Monsters Part 1, and he's got a nice looking project here. So you see Booster and Beowulf are both putting the link here in the chat. So if you want to check it out,
I'm gonna
please do.
shill for it.
Yeah,
I'm
go check it
shilling
out.
for it hard. I'll back the whole bloody thing myself if I have to.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You've got a fan in Booster.
Awesome. Thanks,
But yeah, I
Booster.
think it looks good, guys. Go check it out. All right, let's move over to our news now. Now, who's still with me? I got Benedict with me, right?
Yep.
And I got Denali with me,
Mhm.
right?
The Denali is here.
All right.
All right, and I lost the DeWolf. Okay.
He was sick of
Yep.
you.
Well, I don't blame him. Do you blame him? I don't blame him. Yeah.
I do. I think you're marvelous.
Oh, thank you. All right. Let's see here. Which
That's how
one I
we
want to do
keep it
first?
job
Oh, here we go.
people.
This one, I'll take care of this one, Denali. We can get past this really quick. Doom Patrol makes a major change to
He's
DC's
gay!
negative end. There you go. Say it again.
He's gay now.
Say it again.
He's gay.
Next. All right, sweet. Here we go. Denali.
Star-studded Dune reboot gets a release date. They're looking for November of 2020.
Awesome. What do you guys think about this star-studded thing that keeps throwing names at it instead of talent? See,
I
that
like
was a
Jason
joke too,
Momoa.
man.
He's a
I'm just not
sexy man.
funny today. What the hell? Damn it.
There's no lead up to your punchline.
I don't need anything out of you there. Go ahead, Booster. Give your opinion.
I like Jason Momoa. He's sexy.
Well, if they make a sequel, you'll be seeing a lot of Jason Momoa.
My wife did not agree. She doesn't get what ladies
I,
like.
I want to see a lot of Jason Momoa, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we know you're oiled and yeah, you're a New Zealander. What do you want? But that's
I
not,
just
didn't
find
mean-
that
Go ahead, dude.
I just find that most modern reboots tend to be very bland.
They
Very
can be.
like really high budget, and like they usually look real good at first, and they give like a promise of like something greater and everything, and then you watch it and it's just kind of like the American action movie personified again.
Yeah, no, you know what it is. It's yeah, what they're trying to do is they're gonna say, okay, what do people like about the first one? We gotta have all those. Instead of telling a story, they think about what they need to have in. Like you guarantee this movie will have the floating dagger attack. You'll have the armor that looks that's like this visible shield around them. You'll have the voice activated guns. You'll have the sandworms. You'll have all this stuff that people like that. And then they have to put that in, and then they don't start with the idea, okay, where's our story? Now how do we fill it out? They don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Nick W says, you are the straight man. I'm sorry, I will learn my place. I apologize.
And I am the gay man.
Yes,
That likes Bobs.
he does. Is a gay man
That
who-
likes Bobs. Who doesn't?
Okay, cool. So no one else has any comments on Dune, huh? All right, cool.
Well, it's supposed to be 2 films, so they're breaking up the book into 2, which is I
Oh,
think it's a good
2
idea.
instead of 3.
Yeah,
That's different.
That is different.
they learned from The Hobbit.
usually they make it a trilogy, and then sometimes they decide to split up the last movie into 2 movies.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true. That's true.
But
Well, The
for
Hobbit
Dune,
suffered hard for that.
Yeah, The
Oh,
Hobbit
gosh.
wasn't
That's
supposed to
oh,
be broken
gosh.
up.
Hmm.
It could have been done with 1 film.
It was promising with the first half of the first movie. It was actually promising, and then it
Right.
just kind of it got fat.
Right. Well, I know he was trying to add more stuff to connect it to Lords of the Ring, but he didn't have all those years that he put into Lord of the Ring to make it cohesive. Because
Right.
all that years that he had was being in court saying we need to do it.
Yeah, well,
But-
that is a true statement. It is. Yeah. I just Durakin says I need Durakin's going to be our guest on Friday. Fan Speak, by the way, to talk
Yeah.
about his project.
Nice.
But Durakin, Durakin says I need to read the Dune books. Well, you need to allot about a year for that. So have fun.
It can be summed up with worms, spice, and Father, the sleeper has awakened.
There you go. Summed up.
Yeah, there you go. I spoiled it for you.
And Muad'Dib, the greatest tyrant.
Muad'Dim.
Muad'Dim.
It's from what I heard is basically an analogy on the Iraq conflict before it was popular.
Okay.
To make analogies on the Iraqi.
No, it actually was more for Lawrence of Arabia.
Okay. Well, if I remember right, spice was basically an analogy for oil, and
Right.
the whole planet was kind of an analogy for the Middle East with all of its oil.
Yeah, I get that.
But I mean, it was before before that narrative was like super blood dry and everything, and so it was original.
Right. But I can unlike The Hobbit, I do see that there's a lot of complex concepts in the first Dune book that it does facilitate the need for 2 films.
Oh, easy. Yeah, Dune is very thick. I do have a couple comments here from the chat that I think deserve recognition. Jonah R says,
Sure.
Chester, how to make it look good. Don't spend all your budget on the customs and makeup. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Thundero Theodane says, I veto Draken being on. He is Durakin me down.
Womp womp womp.
If he wasn't a bloody wrench, I'd have banned him there and then.
Well, watch out, because he'll ban you. They're a lot quicker than reading them, and I'm currently listening to Troy Rising live, Free or Die. Yeah, audiobooks. Yeah, I get you. I get you. I actually I had read the Silmarillion once or twice in my life, but I actually did listen to the audiobook series on it. It was really good. I actually got things out of it that I didn't get from reading it, which is interesting. But anyway, let's move away from this story because it's boring me. Oh, look, Captain Marvel again is down 80 to 80 million dollars in its predictions. That doesn't mean anything. This doesn't. This
So,
article means nothing.
well, it's kind of funny because they started when they first started like 6 weeks ago. They were projecting her to make a starting opening 180 million. So from 6 weeks ago, they go from 180 million to 80 million.
Yeah, but yeah, and Donald and Hillary Clinton is 99% chance to win, huh? Yeah.
Mhm.
What is Black Panther open with?
Black Panther
Was it 180?
I don't know. That was 700 million domestic
okay.
though. That was ridiculous.
It was I believe it was I think it was 280 because that's where they're going 270 or not 270 but 200. So yeah, 170 to 200 opening weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, and the thing is very interesting about that is with the Black Panther project or movie, you had a whole bunch of communities, churches, and things like that raising money to get tickets for kids to go see the movie. You had all that going on. No one said anything. Everybody was like, "Oh, that's cool." Right? Nothing.
Right.
But yet here she's doing the same thing, which she's attached her name to, by the way, which means she's getting the money. Not a good move, Bree. But people are complaining about it. And the reason why is because the Black Panther cast didn't get out there and, deride people. Now, in the movie, there was some derision, especially from the Shawnee character, but they weren't doing that.
Colonizer.
Well, and which is kind of ridiculous because there are many, many African tribes that are colonizers. But whatever.
No, but white people are.
Yeah, of course, white people are bad. I get it. Orange man baddest. But the thing with her is she's so nasty about it, right?
Well,
And
no white men would watch my movie.
And it's not a surprise. Disney hired her because of her nastiness.
Oh, absolutely.
They hired, and basically, from what they're doing, it's talking about what you mentioned about the Black Panther. Yeah. They're trying to do that for the feminists.
Yeah.
What they're not realizing is that they're doing the same thing that Star Wars did, which is alienating, potential fans because, the general vibe that we're getting, we could be in our bubble because, we're in this community. So
it's the same thing with mainstream comics right now. So
yeah.
It is. But
it's alienating all the old fans.
Yeah.
That's absolutely what they're doing. But the big mistake they're making, Denali, is the black community will go out and spend money. Feminists won't spend a penny on anything.
That's what they don't. That's what they don't understand. That's why I'm saying they're doing the same mistake about what Star Wars did. They didn't learn from that mistake that population or that demographic that you're trying to bring in, they don't spend monies. They don't believe in spending money.
That's true. Because they're socialists.
I find it funny how much they've been trying to, like you said, she has this ugly personality to her, whereas the other people of the Marvel MCU that have represented the MCU, like Robert Downey Jr., he's really cool, really nice, has great interviews and all this. He's been a really good face for the MCU.
Yeah.
It seems weird that they would, all of a sudden switch gears completely and, let her make the MCU look like this ugly thing.
And also, I mean, if you just look at like the images that they present you with nothing except that, okay, here's a woman in a super suit. It doesn't convey anything about her personality or her upbeatness or even just her raw power or anything. It's just like, here's a woman in a super suit and we dare you to say anything about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, here's a woman in a business suit. She deserves to be president.
It's if you'll notice something about commercials, if it ever has a moment where there's a person, usually a minority, but not always a minority, but if they're looking directly at you in the screen, 90% of the time, it's a liberal media piece. because it's always challenging you to say anything about it.
It's interesting.
Like,
yeah,
they'll always look directly at you with they'll have nothing but their face.
Well, I understand that Disney is trying to push the feminine nature and trying to pick up on the same thing that happened with the Black Panther. I get that. I don't see they have a problem with it really. But the problem is the two problems with Brie Larson is one, she's really scrawny. I mean, she's got a scrawny little body. I mean, I understand she's powered, but even then, she's just too scrawny. If you look, especially the pictures that have her at a distance, that one that has her standing in front of the hangar doors, she's just so scrawny. It comes off badly. Her head is too big for her body, right? It's
This face,
childlike.
man. She
But
looks like she's gonna tell me off.
this is true. And the second thing is, if you want to push feminism, what you should have done was got someone who pushes classical feminism, which is women get off your butts and improve yourself, because that's what feminism really came from out of, right? But no, they're
Ooh,
going with third wave
I don't like
feminism,
that.
which is white man bad.
My bad.
Everything is white man's responsibility. We hate you, white man, but do everything for us, white man. Now that's not a good message, right? So anyway.
That's because you're sexist.
I am, obviously. Thundero says, you will winks. I don't know what that means. DeWolf says, now you miss my jokes. No, we never miss your jokes, DeWolf. Nick W says, communists don't raise money. They take money. Yeah, dude. Thundero says, 241.9 million in North America. Actually, the Black Panther in the end made $700 million domestic. Whew.
Yeah, but he's talking about the opening weekend.
Opening. Oh, thank you very much, Lindara. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, in a way, I'm kind of a little sad for the black community. It wasn't a better movie, because they're really rallying around that, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is totally cool. Emotion and positivity, because there are certain elements in the black community that are a real problem for everybody, and the black community needs to solve that problem. And something like that gives them motivation and something to rally around. That's a good thing, man. DeWolf says, oh no, my Captain Marvel is getting destroyed by the actress portraying her. What the? Goodness gracious. Yet the Chinese are colorizing
I
the
had
F
to
out of
comment.
Africa right now, and crickets. Yeah, well, that's a whole nother political conversation. Do we really want to get into that? Nick W says, you a bunch of cis males and Booster.
What are you implying, you little S-word?
Sporkman Studio says, Chester, you should have went with the Monica Rambeau, or they should have gone with Monica Rambeau. Yeah, it would have been better. Actually, I agree
And
with
it's a
Gary
black
Shipman.
woman.
They should have went with Captain Marvel, the Kree, and they should have done the love story with her and have Captain Marvel die in the film fighting Ronan, who we've already seen in a little side thing,
Yes.
right? And then having him transfer her power because of the love story. What an awesome story. The death of a character
Wow.
in his opening movie, plus the love story, plus her getting in power. Man, that would have been killer, dude. Nope.
But we
Then you
can't
would have
have her
had.
relying on a man.
Then you would have had the unknowing issue of who she was when she entered Endgame.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. She'd be Captain Marvel, right?
Mhm.
Not Marvel.
But 40 years
And
later,
we wouldn't
right?
know.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know what her power base was. We wouldn't know exactly. She'd be kind of mysterious, a little Logan-esque in that regard. That's a good story right there.
I think so.
But by the way, for me, that was one of the things that sold Black Panther, because I didn't read the comics a lot, and honestly, when I first watched The Winter Soldier, I actually had no idea who the Black Panther was, and like, because of that, his character in that movie actually created almost like a Darth Vader like sort of aura of hidden power. It was actually, for me anyway, it actually made him a really interesting character in that. And if they did the same thing with Captain Marvel, that would be an interesting way to sell her to like people who weren't really into the comics as much.
Yeah,
that weight of mystery. Yeah.
But the problem is they're totally misunderstanding what women want anyway. Because if you put a handsome, hunky guy playing Captain Marvel, right, the Kree, and you had the love story, women love that. That's what they want. They don't want the badass chick that's kicking ass. They don't want that. That's not what your female audience wants. Now the men might like it. right?
That's exactly what my wife said. She said, "Oh, look, there's a Captain Marvel, and it's a woman. And why do I want to see that movie? How can I get another Thor movie? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she wants. She wants to see guys on screen that are hunky and masculine. Go figure." Right?
You know that Aquaman is in the top 20 most grossing films of all time.
Yeah, it's a fun
It's
little
gross.
flick, dude. It's it
That's
could have been
crazy.
better.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's Aquaman.
Yeah, but
Aquaman should have been a failure.
It's even on Aquaman.
Jason
It's
Momoa
freaking
is
epic, but
standing
it did
in
huge.
jeans with no shirt. Enough said.
Exactly. Well, that's why. Because the ladies like that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and two more words into this conversation. Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Which wasn't
Right?
preachy at all.
Why don't us cis white men hate Wonder Woman?
Why was this not a terrible movie that didn't make anything, and we had to go ahead and bash men and say that you're not going to like it, this, that, and the other? Didn't happen.
No.
It was.
There was that one females only theater that was airing Wonder Woman. That was a bit of a weird thing.
Yeah.
That was like the one thing.
I don't care about that either. Anyway, we've talked plenty enough about this boring ass woman. Let's move over to a trailer. I want to watch a trailer. You guys want to watch a trailer with me? I like trailers.
Let's watch trailers.
We're gonna watch it. Here we go. Oh, I'm pressing the button. I've done it.
Press it.
Trailers don't tend to cater to my demographic.
Oil is bad.
Oil is bad. Bad oil.
Forest is bad.
Forest is bad.
Nature will come back.
Explosions are bad. Oh no.
The time has come.
Let them fight. Let them fight.
That was the trailer for the trailer. Don't you love when they do that?
I really hate it.
Hello?
Whole cinema.
Is anyone there?
Not you.
Hello. Hi. I'm sad.
Don't do that.
Oh, it's coming out.
Senators, we believe that these titans are just the tip
So
of
is there
the
supposed to be
iceberg.
no sound?
Oh no, I can't pipe sound back into you. This is you have to watch it on the main.
Which of these titans are here to protect us?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And which of these titans are here to threaten us?
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
Hey, it's the powder lady.
No.
Let's see CH Banner. You mean the one who should have played Marvel?
You sure he's gonna be okay? They're everywhere.
Climate change.
That's that fight.
Arrival Alpha to Godzilla.
You gotta be kidding.
Bring it on.
The Earth killing off the evil humans.
Anyway, says a bad word. Yes,
Wow.
and I am in Japan.
Good
That's
to
why
go.
everything is in Japanese.
I have a
Okay,
terrible
moved on.
feeling that was all the fighting we're going to see in the movie.
Oh,
I hope not.
I hope not. Yeah, no, I think it's all right. It's just as good as the last one. I think it would have been better to have something a very different feel because it feels just like the last one. But I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. You guys?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Yep.
I like how they're throwing all these different monsters at them as opposed to the last one. They had what, like Mothra, and that was, I think, it, right?
Yeah, the last Godzilla movie had a lot of problems.
Yeah, it did.
I hope
But
this rectifies them.
it looks like they're kind of doing a play on Monster Island a little bit here. I think.
Such as, not killing off the actor that everyone came to see in the first 20 minutes. Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, I know. Huh?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
That was weird.
Beowulf says, I want Rogue to drain Captain Marvel's powers and leave her comatose. At least Brie Larson can pull that role.
That would be
Pull
awesome.
off that role. Spokesman says
Hey.
Godzilla is awesome.
But did you hear what Godzilla said on Twitter about all the human people?
No, what did he say?
He did that 10 years ago and he's apologized for it, the wolf.
Well, oh, really? Now you think that's going to help? No, Godzilla hates you all. He hates all humans, and Godzilla's coming out on Twitter. And I heard that Godzilla is now only allowing Mothra to be his reporter. Godzilla is indeed a he. I think it's Godzilla is a she. We all know that.
Do you think Godzilla's
Mothra-
going to support all these
Look
monsters?
at the mood swings. It
Yelling,
makes
"This
all
is my
sense.
country."
Yes.
Well, Mothra is a lady. I'm not sure about Godzilla, but hey, we'll go with it.
That's why Mothra is going to be the reporter and not going to allow any other male monsters or
That's
human cis males to
That's right.
actually do interviews.
Especially the white ones. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
And it's funny to me in that Brie Larson interview, she was going on about there's too many white men around me, and she said, "I just want to say for the third time, I don't hate men." Okay, I believe you.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Mixed messages. Mixed
messages. Yeah, she obviously hates white dudes.
Men.
So sad to be a woman with white dudes. I do have a question here. I see something in the chat that has really piqued my interest, though. Hold on. Jonah Art says, "Can't wait to see the live-action Gundam production with Sunrise now." Are you serious?
Oh.
Is there a Gundam coming? Is there a trailer? Someone enlighten me in the
I-
chat, please.
I've heard something about it, but I don't know if they've revealed very much.
Yeah. Gundam is being made into a live action movie.
Wow. Now
Let's just
that's
see
actually
about-
not a bad idea.
Sometime last year.
Well, hey.
And it's the original Gundam, the 1979
Yeah, but
Gundam.
see, Gundam has a very deep story behind it, and it's a lot of political intrigue, and it's almost Game of Thrones-esque in its way. To be honest with you, that's not a bad choice, actually. I mean, for a big old mech movie type of thing. I'd
I
like to
hope
see
Michael
that.
Bay directs
Be
it.
like,
I swear to
gonna
God,
say it'd be
Booster,
like
I will
Pacific
come
Rim.
right over to New Zealand right now and thump you in the head.
Do not let Michael Bay touch it,
oh yeah.
please.
Explosions.
Jeez.
I heard he's producing another Ninja Turtle movie, and I was like, really? It's a reboot, but he's producing it still.
Wow. Yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
Can't
That
give it
last
up.
Transformers movie, I was forced to go see, by the way, and it literally was nonsensical. I was like, "What the
Well,
hell?"
thankfully,
are you
he
doing
said
and
he's done
why?
with that.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous, man. This story right here, I'll go through it real quick, Denali. The Punisher and Jessica
Sure.
Jones canceled Netflix, but Jessica Jones still has season 3. Yeah, we all know this already. Thank you. We knew this a long time ago.
What a
Next,
shame.
Yeah.
Lucasfilm planning Disney plus TV shows for Finn and Poe. The gay adventures of Star Wars. Sweet. Next,
Why?
go ahead, Denali.
Like Father Like Son, Star Wars sound pro lands Oscar nomination for Black Panther. So they're talking about Ben Burden's son, Benjamin A. Burden,
Mhm.
who got an Oscar nomination for his work on Black Panther
For the sound.
for his son. Yeah.
Whatever. They want to throw awards at this movie. Go right ahead. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not a great movie, but whatever. Have fun. That's what I say. But
Have fun.
get him, Ben.
It's Ben Burt's
Wait a-
son. That's awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
Good job. Good sound.
Yeah, I don't think the sound was annoying to
Explosions.
me. I think the
I was
CG
gonna say
was a
that-
really bad part.
Mm.
Go ahead.
I liked Black Panther, but it wasn't. I'm sorry, it wasn't my favorite Marvel movie, but I still liked it a lot. But what I was gonna say is, why wasn't? Because Dark Knight. I mean, to me, that was like, you can't get much better. To me, I couldn't get much better than Dark Knight as far as comic book movies so far. I thought it was phenomenal.
Okay.
And yes, Heath Ledger, won for was the best supporting actor after he passed away. But why wasn't it nominated for Best Picture? But yet Black Panther is nominated for Best Picture.
Well, this is
I thought that was
this is
strange.
politics, identity politics at its best.
I know, but that's what I'm getting
So-
at. It's like, come on, really?
Right. So
It actually hurts
They-
it a little, I think.
yeah,
Mm.
what they say is to be nominated for the Oscar, it has to be culturally significant. That's why.
Oh,
That's
that
the
would-
reasoning for. Yeah, so that's the reason why The Dark Knight didn't get an Oscar nod. It's like the Black Panther because
I
you
see.
have the activists and all the Black community being upraised
Yes,
and
but,
blah blah
I mean,
blah.
And the
But movies that are well written and well directed and
Netflix.
just
Have
put
you
together
seen- have you
phenomenally
seen-
are
have you
also
seen-
nominated. It's like,
You
why
saying
was it?
that you're saying that the $25 million they spent to get that Oscar had nothing to do with it?
Part of the expense.
Oh,
Okay. But I don't really care. They can give themselves awards all they like, man. I didn't
Yeah.
hate the movie. I think it was fine. And like I said, the black
Right.
community has really rallied around this and rock on, man.
Yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
This
Dazzler
is
says she didn't like the movie.
Well,
well.
Wolf, you should
It's kind of in that
tell
middle
Deadpool
range.
stop being a
I mean,
racist.
yeah, of course you're a racist, yeah. But this right here is really another dumb thing. Let's talk more dumbness in Marvel Comics. Let's go ahead, Denelli.
Marvel recons Hulk origins in the current Immortal Hulk run.
Yeah, I really love this. Doing all these retcons to Stan Lee's characters. Just Mon-Fri died. Bravo, Marvel. Bravo.
But this one is genius, though, Booster. Let me explain it to you. I'm going to break it down. You see, gamma radiation, it isn't just science. It isn't just a normal energy that's part of the fundamental fabric of the universe. Oh, no. Gamma energy actually has magical properties. And therefore, because it is affected by magical properties of gamma, what it actually did was open the green door. And in the green door, he is now Swamp Thing.
Makes sense to me.
I read that a little bit different.
Angry now.
Actually, making a Hulk story with more of a Swamp Thing like arc to it would be kind of interesting, like turning him into like a tragic reject of society. Well,
Like
I guess he
sewer
kind of
abomination
already
or
actually.
Yeah.
the Toxic Avenger.
Calls the power of the plants
This is
to
dumb.
smash beauty.
It is dumb.
Anti-pollution.
He's
Hulk is
he's the-
Captain Planet
one of the-
now.
Never mind. That sounds like just making it more mopey.
he's one of the avatars of the one below all.
Yeah, no,
is-
he's the
is what they're
green. He's
saying.
the green.
So he is right. So now the one below all, of course, is the antithesis of the one above all, right?
Oh,
That's the
no.
Marvel's
God.
one God that we just kind of say is out there. The one creator of everything that nothing tops, right? And he just exists, period. So then there's the one below all.
So is that
So-
is that Stan Lee?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's basically Stanley. It's Stanley, or it's basically any creator that is writing the book at that time, technically. But still, so the one below all is the one thing that is against that, which would be all the people that are now in Marvel and DC that are writing them. But anyway, I digress. But in a plot sense, though, so that makes it the counterpoint of being like Satan, right? One that wants to destroy everything that creator has come up with. And now Hulk is that avatar for that, which Hulk has never done that. Hulk has never been, I guess he's more like Hellboy than maybe Swamp Thing in that regard. But he's a good guy. And even though he has rage power and he gets mad at everything and then goes into this destructive thing, it's science. Can we stick with science and the magic of science like Marvel has always done, sort of combine them together? Right? It's ugh.
Let's see. Dazzler says, I didn't really like the Black Panther. That doesn't mean that I'm racist. What? People are interacting with her.
I'm pretty sure it makes you a white nationalist. I'm sorry.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm sorry to Wolf.
Thundera also says they already have a Magic Hulk. Marvel, and none of your business says Marvel must kill Marvel by any means at their disposal. Well, certain elements in Marvel are certainly that way. Nick W says, who wrote that schlock? Well, that was written by Al Ewing, it looks like. And it is dumb because the Hulk is very simple. It is a science fiction horror. Yeah, body horror is what it is.
What
right?
is with these bloody hipsters coming in disrespecting what has been laid down for decades now? Like with that absolutely abysmal female Furies.
Oh, that was really bad. That was particularly bad.
That was offensive.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. It's just this. They're constantly grabbing at something instead of just making new things. We don't need you to mess with the Hulk. Go make a new character.
Well, now Spider-Man. right? So you have the radiation-infused spider, the spider bite bit, Spider-Man changes DNA, but did you know that that was magical?
So, like, who here, like who here in this chat is like either an artist or kind of like who, like, as a child created a lot of stories and stuff?
Oh, I'm known for being an artist.
Booster is an artist.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, around like age 10 or age 11, do you ever remember like seeing a movie that somebody did and you didn't like how it ended, and so you like start making your own story, and then and you think it's so great and everything, but you get a little bit older and you just begin to realize that it's just that story was just you projecting yourself onto somebody else's story?
No, I changed it, and it always just made it better.
Well, it's something that I did a lot as like a little kid, you know, without really realizing what I was doing. But it's funny that the people who appear to be running Marvel and all these things right now have that mentality.
Right.
Definitely.
They're doing things that I was doing when I was like 10 and 11, and it's just kind of funny to me.
Yeah. Yep, and we've been saying that for a while now, Chester.
Yes, we have. I pressed the button I shouldn't have pressed. I did something bad.
Now we
were saying why can't they? Well, you're saying why can't they just go and make their own characters and original characters, their own ideas, and not twist other ones that are already there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've thought about that before too, and I hear that a lot. But I also question, like, can they do? I mean, do they have the creativity? And I think, you know, you could probably argue they don't, but do they have the creativity to actually do that? That's probably the reason why they're. But also that they think and probably know that if they make a character completely made up on their own, and it possibly could have so much of that character that people aren't going to like. So they know that character is not going to sell. So then they take
America Chavez.
Chavez.
So they take a character that, you know, is already established, already has a fan base, and then they warp and twist it and, you know, inject it with their own little whatever.
Yep.
And it's, I don't know. Like you said, it's sad.
It is, and it's nonsense. And I do want to make a comment. I've said this a few times, but comic book, what is this? Comicbook.com? What's it called? Comicbook.com. This site sucks, man. This bar won't go away. They never have art. They always have some damn advertisement video here. It's just a straight up news article without putting any kind of art referencing in here. I hate comicbook.com.
It is poo. It is a very poo website.
It is. We already mentioned that one. Going one from, let me see. Do I want to do that one? We don't care about what he has to say. Let's just go over here. Okay. So let's end today.
Oh, something good. Finally.
Yeah. Talking about Indicron. Now, of course, Indicron is a sponsor here of Fanspeak, and we certainly appreciate that. But Indicron is a very useful place, not only for the pro, but for the consumer as well. We have been talking for quite a while amongst ourselves about how to take away some of the responsibility from people like Ethan Van Sciver, Mike Miller, and stuff like that, so that a project that comes through this community can only be funded if they're on their shows. And that, I mean, and that's not good for them, and that's not good for us, right? I mean, that's way too much pressure to put on Ethan, right? So Indicron is a really good place to try to solve that problem. It's a central Comicsgate hub, and it is a place where you can find all of your the books that are part of this community, just like here with Scott was on talking about his Cosmic Flux, right? And the page is evolving. They have Ending Next here, which is a nice thing. And of course, they have all the upcoming stuff that's put on here, and that's really nice. Looks like Hero is coming back. That's cool. And really like this page and enjoy it. And there are a lot of new things coming out. Let's take a look what how the
Hero's campaign end and not make it.
Yeah, it didn't, but it's too bad because that was a really pretty thing here. But I'm glad they're coming back.
Yeah, I really hope next time he makes it, because that's a really fun looking project.
Yeah, absolutely. It's for kids.
Good guy too. Really great guy.
Yeah. So we have Cree Craw and Chris, which we looked at, and we not acknowledged that there's not much going on in that page. And the idea might be cool, but they haven't developed that very much, and they're still kind of sitting
Mm.
at the money they were at.
Art looks really fun and stylistic too in that one. It's
It
just there's not
does.
much on
It's
the
just
page.
not much there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, I want to back that, and like, oh, there's nothing to back. So yeah, that's kind of a problem. Hopefully they'll fix that and come back and fix that.
It's a shame to see Goodland not going up.
Yeah, because that's not a bad not a bad book, you know.
Yeah.
So, but once again, it's about getting your name out there, and that's the problem. We kind of want the Indie to be a place where people can come check it out, but it's just not there yet. We need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing it, you know. But Myth Czar's Menagerie of Monsters coloring book, that's kind of interesting concept, but it's not doing very well, but it still has. They're not giving us days left on the campaign. I have to talk to Pixel about that. It might be a nice thing to add. The Veil War, we're actually going to have on Friday.
It's a date.
It's April.
Oh, it's just the date. Oh,
10.
thank you.
Yeah.
I see.
April 10. Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah.
he has time. This is Draken's book, which looks really nice, actually. He's going to be on Friday. Here is the Chaotic Flux. Very nice. You made a little bit of money, dude, since we've been on the show. So there you go. The Tribulation Force, 0. It's a new one right there. We got a lot of new stuff. Here's Eric Nieltowski. I need to talk to Eric and get him on the show. He's
Absolutely.
an amazing artist.
Great guy.
Yeah, he's
and
kind of
shy. The only person in Drawn and Quartered Pro Edition who beat me.
True.
I'd like everyone to remember.
That's true.
He is the only one who was powerful enough to stop me.
And he is a protege of Mike Miller, by the way. Of course, this is Gary's book is in demand for his just trying to pick up a little bit of extra cash on that project before he gets into his omnibus, which is in full swing. I do know because I'm having to work on the back end getting all those trading cards done. But it's a good looking project. Let me see here. We've had some adjustments here. Hold on a second. So the Night Stalker. Oh, I see what it did. Let me go back up to that. Okay. Let's bring it up to funding. The Bull. Yeah, I have that one. That was a fun book. Anchor Face, Elemental. Oh, look, Tales from Beyond the Gate. Over 3,000. Sweet. Sweet.
Tales of the Sex have been fully funded. I think you mentioned that, right?
Problematic is doing okay. I was a little mean. I was a bit mean to it, but it doesn't mean I want to see them fail.
No.
It's cool to see them get some money.
Nice Stalker is picking up some money too. Sweet. Tales from this Beyond the Stack is funded. Good for them. Good for Professor Geek. Awesome.
How did they beat us?
They started.
Just remember when Booster is mean to you, it only makes you stronger.
That's true. But actually, he started a day before us, but we're starting to catch up. So rock on. And actually, Professor Geek has been really cool. He's had us on his show to talk about our book and things like that. So we're very happy to be fighting alongside here.
We have to beat the inferior Tales book.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Layer is up some. Johnny Phantasm did pretty well. We're getting into Indian.
Did we? You want to look at the Good Land?
We already did.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was just looking at all this stuff in demand, and it's these projects have made some money, and hopefully the Tales book will get up into here somewhere. We want to get into this area, you know what I mean? This is where we're shooting for, right in here. We'll see. But it's a good start. I'm really happy with that. Tales, and of course, look at that icon though. It's so much better. Look at it. It's awesome.
Wait a second. I think that whoever backed Tales from Beyond the Gate needs to make sure they go and back Chaotic Flux.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see this project succeed. Absolutely. And we've already had some people on the show go over and back it. So let me go over to the chat real quick and let me see here. Peter Gatsis says comicbook.com is owned by a big corp. Yeah, well, it isn't. Doesn't look
Yahoo.
like it.
It's owned by Yahoo.
It looks like crap though, but I mean, it explains it. Yahoo's
like absolute crap.
It's a horrible channel. It's a horrible. I mean, do better, right? Whoever's got that job is phoning it in. None of your business. Mike needs money for kids to go to college and become SJWs. Yeah, right. Nick W says, "Don't worry about Uncle Ethan. He is busy watching anime for the first time in 30 years." Okay, Yeah, La Blue Girl, right? Vailnid says Mythars supposedly will be on EVS sites. Sweet, nice, good for them, dude. I know Todd is supposed to be Mulrooney is supposed to be going on EVS to talk about the Tales from Beyond the Gate soon, so that's cool. Draken says you could probably get rid of that bar on comicsgate.com with a little messing with the coding in the browser. Yeah, hell, let me go mess with the coding in the browser. Let me do
We
that.
shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah. Watch your web designer skills. It's like,
Yeah.
really?
Sparkman says Tale from the Gate. Okay, John Diddler's going to get very upset with you. It's Tale from Beyond the Gate. He's very particular. Vailnid says Artie Bears, Oodles and Doodles will be offered starting the 20th on his Being White Indigo. You know, yeah, that's absolutely cool. Artie Bears, an awesome dude. He's been promoting the Tales from Beyond the Gate too, so thank you very much, Art. Dazzler says Tales from Beyond the Gate is awesome. Well, thank you very much, Dazzler. None of your business at Joshua Hughes, one cult at a time. Yeah, exactly. The cult of gatekeepers. That's what you should be following. Joshua Hughes
right.
says Tales from Beyond the Gate is huge. All right, thank you. None of your business. What cult has taken priority over the cult of Raven? Many ways of the swarm has been awoken. All right, well, there it is. All right, guys. Let me come over here and shut this down. I got so many tabs open. I'm glad I have a strong computer because otherwise, boy, I'd be in trouble. And let's jump over to here. All right. All right, guys. Well, that was a fun show. We covered a bunch of stuff. We talked to Scott here about his really good looking project, actually. I hope you can get on to other shows and push it. Thank you very much for coming on here with us, Benedict. Now, Benedict, this is the second time I think you've been on with us, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's awesome, awesome. So, Benedict, why don't you do us a favor and tell the folks here how they can get a hold of you, man?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm connected with Fanspeak on Facebook, and if you look at my profile, I'm Matthew Yate, or Matthew Yate, if you want to pronounce it that way. And I mean, I have a little bit of art up there, but that's the only place I would have, I guess, content in quotes. I haven't really been putting a lot of stuff online because right now it's mainly sketches, and I've been doing a couple of actual complete pictures, but right now it's mainly just sketches and idea building. So other than that, I work.
That's cool, dude. And I think after word here, we'll have to have our Discord master, who is Denali, maybe just put you into the Fanspeak Discord so you can come on when you like and chat with us. You know, makes it a lot easier than the Facebook tag. You know,
Okay.
Yeah, talk to Denali about that. He's the Lord and leader of the Facebooks and the Discords and news and all that kind of stuff. He's the boss. So. You'll have to be really sweet and nice to the Dalai Lama. Just to warn you, he's a bitter, angry man. Just so you know.
It's true. It's true. I have faced his wrath once. I've not spoken against him ever since.
No, you better.
That's
not
right.
All right. And Scott, why don't you go ahead and tell the people where they can find you and push your book one more time, man. Go ahead.
Okay. So you can find me on Facebook. Just my name on Facebook, Scott Payne. But also, I have a production company that I put together called Sharp Edge Comics.
Nice.
It's kind of the umbrella for my projects, including Chaotic Flux. And you can go to facebook.com/sharpedgecomics. I also have a website, sharpedgecomics.com. On that website, you can see a lot more artwork of Chaotic Flux, as well as more of the story, the characters, character bios, and things like that. And then let's see, Twitter is Flux Chaotic, and then also Instagram is Chaotic Flux 1. If you want to follow me on there. And I think that's it as far as contacting me. So yeah, if you guys, anyone out there listening, if you would please go and back the campaign, that'd be really awesome. I really want this thing to be as successful as possible, and to be able to keep doing it and doing more issues and growing the story. Like I said, I got a lot of story to tell.
Cool. All right. And as usual, thank you. Sorry for that little blip there. That was definitely Booster's fault. I blame Booster. You did not see the closer right now. It didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Okay. Denali,
Yeah.
take us out.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. Hope to see you tomorrow. But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
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 Brie Larson, call me.
Stay.
Later, everybody.
Thanks for having me. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.